the GSTL All-Star match. If you came here for a lot of fun, you came to the right place. If you came here for super high-level games, you've also come to the right place. I am Wolf, as always. Kaldor is with me, and this is going to be a fun day.
Yeah, we're going to definitely have a very, very funny day today because we have the All-Star match between Team Red and Team Blue. And a few of the things that we have to do, a few of the competitions, you should not take them too seriously.
Yeah, we've got, first of all, Marine Split Challenge coming up where 2 players from each team are going to come out, and it's going to be whoever gets the most Marines remaining actually wins. You only have 3 tries per player, so even though some people have done the Marine Split like really, really well in the past, done extremely well with a lot of Marines left, it's always kind of hard if you don't have a ton of time to warm up and you only have 3 tries.
I personally demand that only Protoss players are allowed to play them.
That would be really, really fun to see.
I don't want to have a Zerg or a Terran in that booth. I want to have only Protoss players doing the Marine splits.
That would be sick. I do not actually know if it's on the Baneling split map or if it's actually like the Zerg controls the Banelings too, because that would be even
That would
crazier.
be even better, yeah. But like the second part is actually where things get really, really crazy.
Yeah, we are actually going to have players play. Well, before we get into the crazy thing, I think you want to talk about. We have a 2v2. Where the players are going to all be playing random, all 4 of them, so they're not going to be playing the normal race unless they get lucky. Then after that, we have a 1v1 where everyone on the team plays and switches out every 3 minutes. So every 3 minutes, the player has to get out of the booth, the next player has to run off of the bench and get into the booth, and this will happen, of course, every 3 minutes for both teams, so it's going to be insanity.
Yeah, that's going to be the best thing. If I was in the booth, I would actually completely screw up my turn. Like, someone would pass over and I would have like a ton of resources, the tech is very developed, everything's fine. I would screw everything up, and the next person that runs in is like looking at the screen like, dude, what do you need to do? And I'm like, well, want to have you a challenge.
Well, as you can see, here's some more information for us. There's 7 players per team. We had the vote already. It ended on October 6th. So you guys chose the players we have, and the top 4 players from each race, of course, were picked. And a single player actually added by the coach. So that's something I didn't know. So the coach did actually pick a single player for both teams. Now, Crank is coaching Team Red, and Startail815, aka the Startail coach, the normal coach, is actually coaching Blue. And it basically was chosen off of the 2 teams that were the highest in the team league. Those coaches were chosen. So you can see how the team selection works on the right side, and we already talked about that. So when we do have that best of 7 at the end, it is not going to be all-kill format. It's just going to be each match counts as 1 point.
And here you see the awards. The Marine Spread King gets 1,001. That's roughly $1,000. The same amount goes to the Teamwork team, the one team that wins. And yeah, the other competition apparently is called the HOT6 Man.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And of course in the second half then we have the normal games, a little bit more normal matches between the players. And I'm looking forward especially to the Battle of the Twins, Choya versus Haiva.
Yeah, that's going to be really fun. No matter how many times you tell Choya he looks like Haiva, he just will not accept it. I mean, if you think about this, somebody's going to get about $1,000 for good Marine splits. That is pretty crazy. I mean, just think about that. Like, you know, you're really good at Marine splits, you get $1,000, $1,000,000. That's crazy.
Someone should have picked Marine King here.
Yeah. Well, he's probably going to be watching at home, testing the people, wondering how well they're going to do, sitting there on his couch going,
I could have done it so much better.
Only Prime had been in the GSTL. Maybe he could make some easy money.
We have the teams entering the arena, guys. The teams are ready. They were already joking around in the backstage area a little bit earlier, mingling, but now it's, of course, all about the competition here. We have a bit of a short introduction. First, Team Red consists of Innovation, Lenok, Dia, Golden, Alicia, Choya, and Gumiho. Whereas, as Wolf already mentioned earlier, the team for Team Red is going to be Crank, Maxi Mesa.
Yes, and this team is looking really, really strong. They've got a lot of synergy, too. With 3 FX Open players together, you've got Soul paired up with Innovation. They've worked well together. Also, Innovation's on the same team as Alicia now. And so there's a lot of synergy on this team. These players know each other very, very well. And on the other side of things, of course, we have 815, our Startail coach. Me and the coach, this is the team that has our female player, Aphrodite, as well as Badass Seed, as well as Avenge. And don't forget Symbol, Haiva, Trap, and MMA. What a great team.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. These players that we have here, well, you voted for them. They are now in the teams. They're going to face off against each other, and we have them doing the challenges before that. So it's going to be a real fun day here at the GSTL for our All-Star match. Definitely something that you should watch. And make sure that you tell all your friends if they haven't tuned in just yet. They should definitely do that right now.
Now, if you're in Seoul and you're nearby and you want to come down here, we're actually giving away, I've heard, about 10 copies of Heart of the Swarm, as well as 10 copies of Diablo 3 and 1 collector's edition of Heart of the Swarm. So if you're nearby and you want a chance at winning one of those things, you better hurry up because there's still time.
And here are the teams. Look at Crank here.
They look good, man. Crank looks very well dressed.
Very serious today. Of course, here with the jerseys, Aphrodite looking good as usual. And at the same time, we saw once again Choya versus Haiva. Choya, not really the biggest fan of people telling him that they actually look very much alike, so he completely disagrees, but they took a picture, like the Korean press took a picture earlier with both of them and stand next to each other. I could not see who's who. I was like, it was mind-blowing. I mean,
you had to look at the color of the jersey to tell.
Yeah, I want them to switch races for their match.
That would be so fun, actually. They are going to play against each other first.
Yeah, there were a couple of people already betting and talking about it on Team Liquid and Reddit and just talking and saying like, well, if the match between the two of them does not end under 15 minutes, I want to have a rematch, because that is then obviously just fake.
Yeah, would have been total BS for sure. You know what's funny about this is Choya is actually a coach, but he's not performing as a coach right now. He's actually just on the team as a player, so that must feel a little bit weird for him.
I have a short interview, of course, before we go into the games, talking a bit to Crank here first, the leader of the red team.
이번에 제가 감독으로 출전한다는 소리를 듣고 조금 선수 구성부터 엔트리까지 오늘 이 정장까지
After I heard that I was the coach for my team,
팬분들이
I went out to buy the suit.
제가 듣기로는 이제 그
That's
옆쪽에
not
이진영
actually
선수를 좀
me
빠르게
joking around or
선발을
paraphrasing.
하면서
That's what
우리
he
팀의
said.
주축으로 기용을 하겠다라는
That is actually really awesome. Don't worry, Crank. He could have appeared here with the team jersey and it would have been fine, but we definitely appreciate the gesture.
잘해서 뽑았다라고 생각할 수도 있겠지만요. 일단 제가
Why did you pick
팀 선수로
innovation?
데리고 옴으로써 제가 조금 강압적으로 연습을 시킬 수 있을 것 같아가지고
네.
그렇게 해서 1픽으로 뽑게 되었습니다.
이 얘기는 진짜 여러분들의
Obviously, he's on my team and he's a very good player.
자리. 그냥 한 번 하고 하는
And I
자리가
could tell him
아니라
to do anything I
승리에
want and
대해서
he'll
이렇게
listen.
열정과 의지를 갖고
He's reliable.
있구나라는 것을 확인시키는 어떤 그런 인터뷰가 아니었나라는 생각이 들어요.
네, 또 특히나 이신영 선수 같은 경우는 이벤트 전까지 또 여러 가지 준비를 하고 있기 때문에 어떻게 혹독한 그런 연습을 시킨 결과가 나올지 궁금해지네요.
자, 여기 지금 많은 선수들이 이제 구성이 되어 있는데 내가 우리 팀에 한 선수만 딱 데려갈 수 있다. 이 가운데 어떤 선수를 데려가고 싶으세요?
So, out of your team,
저희 팀에는 아무래도 저그 선수가 부족하기 때문에
네.
I
조명환
think he's saying if you could
선수보다는
pick anyone else from Axiom to put in your team, who would it be?
이런 선수가 좀 탐나네요.
네.
Oh, grab anyone off of this team and put into Axiom Acer.
라고
Okay.
말씀해 주셨습니다. 아무래도
He wants to pick- he
저
says
끝에
he would like to
있는
pick Leenock to
오늘은
bring into his
선수
team.
자격으로 참가했습니다. 이영섭
He's very
선수의
enthusiastic,
어떤 그 감독
and he has a
추천을
lot of
해도
ceremonies.
많은 분들께서
Yeah, that's
궁금해하고
definitely true.
계시거든요.
Leenock is always a
속
happy
시원하게
kid.
해명 한번 해주시죠.
일단
look there, Saiva.
선수
wait a second.
구성부터 이신영 선수를 뽑았던 것만큼 좀 진지하게 임하고자 하는 각오가 컸거든요.
네.
그런데 그 일련의 그 SNS나 다른 이영섭 선수와의 열정을 보아서
I wanted to be really serious about today's
선수의
match.
가능성을 믿고 뽑았습니다.
So that's why I picked
이영섭의
innovation.
어떤 미러 매치 닮은 꼴이 아니라
On the other
그
hand,
선수의
He
열정과
saw the
경기력을
potential in
보고 뽑았다.
Choya.
네.
감사합니다. 자, 그러면 이제 잠시
chose
후면
Choi as the coach
이벤트에서
recommended
엔트리제 경기까지 진행이 될 텐데 팬분들께
he had to
각오
look
한마디
pretty hard
부탁드리겠습니다.
for that one, I guess.
Yeah.
저희 팀에는 일단 제가 조금 준비를 시킬 수 있는 선수들이 많아서 최대한 올스타전임에도 불구하고 공식전처럼 많이 준비를 시켰어요. 그래서 2부 이벤트에서는 정말 공식전 못지않은 좋은 경기력이 나올 것 같으니까 많이 기대해 주시기 바랍니다.
He said he let the prepared
정말 멋진
prepare
건
well for the
아닙니까?
matches. He
단순히
wants
그냥
to
그냥 경기가 아니라
take it very
연습
seriously. On
나왔다.
the other hand,
이제 이렇게 되면
even though it's just an all-star match, he says, I'm treating it like a real match.
좀 편하게
I
재밌는
think that's
경기를
actually
준비했는데 이거
probably
어떻게 하지?
not true
걱정할
even a
수
little bit.
있잖아요.
No.
I don't care how straight his face is. I'm like,
No fluff, Crank.
I'm like, Crank, maybe that's how you feel, but I'm looking at Leenock's face right now, and I'm thinking I'm seeing something totally
Not
different.
talking about Leenock, look at Choya and that smirk that he had there.
연습 안 했으니까. 안 했는데 이겼으니까 좋은 거고 지면 뭐 연습 안 해서
He said he
좋습니다.
didn't really ask the
연륜이
players to
느껴지는
prepare very
그런
much for today's
인터뷰가
match,
아닌가
which
생각이 드는데. 자, 어떻게
means I guess that they're going to do their own thing.
우리 팀에 딱 한 선수만 데려갈 수 있다. 어떤 선수를 데려가고 싶으세요?
일단 그
So it's basically the same question. He's being asked out of the all-star team that he has here in front of him, who would he like to have on StarTale?
구성이랑 좀 재밌게 놀지 않을까 이런 생각을
문성원 선수를 스타테일에 한번 데려가고 싶다. 또 이런
So
말씀을
he said like
해주셨는데
MMA is really good friends with Walmart, so he would probably pick MMA.
해병 상기하는 것도 있고 뭐 엔트리 경기도 있고 한데 본인은 개인적으로 어떤 이벤트가 어떤 경기가 가장 기대가 되세요?
일단 그 가영이가 나온 팀
Which specific match are you looking forward to the most today?
구도 시절부터 지론이 팀 푸는
And then TV2 team play match because Aphrodite is
그래서
playing.
가영이 넣어놨거든요. 근데 저쪽에 여자가 없다 보니까 폭탄 한 명을
And
넣어놨더라고요.
if you hear that laughter, that sounds like a crazy person in the background. It's in fact just the interviewer.
굉장히
The other team does not have a female player yet.
팀은 여자와 함께야.
Well, they have Choya.
캠페인이 좀 너무
That's exactly what he said. It's like the other team doesn't have a female player. That's why they picked Choya. Same thought here.
확실히 블루팀의
Awesome.
입장은
I love how he keeps a
즐겁게
fairly straight
즐겨가겠다.
face here. You can tell he's
레드팀은
trying.
진작에 할 수밖에 없을 것 같습니다.
아 진짜 유니폼의 색깔처럼 피 터지게 한번 진짜 최선을 다해서 이겨보겠다. 그리고 여기는
This is going to be troll day. Everyone is just going to make fun of Choya today. I mean, the coach already starting here, Crank earlier, and Choya knows, and he's a good sport about it, so that's what I love about him. Really. Like he knows exactly what's going on here, and he's playing it along, so it's pretty cool. Coach now just being asked to give a few final words to the fans before we start with our first games today.
압도적으로 좀 이겨보도록 하겠습니다.
네,
So-
인터뷰해주신 양 팀의 감독분께
So if you look at our team, it's just much better looking than their team overall.
올스타전이라서 더욱
I mean,
they're more handsome.
Aphrodite is already bringing them
중계진들
away to the
같은
top.
경우에도
Aphrodite
뒤쪽으로
alone is
빛이
beating the
나는
entire other
세
team
명이지
with Red.
않습니까?
So in that regard, like,
아닌가요?
yeah, that wasn't too hard.
그래요. 뭐
원래
So
이럴
that
때
achievement they
박수가
already
쏟아져
won.
나와야 되는
Unfortunate for Team Blue, there is no achievement for being the more handsome team. No, they have to actually do something. So either win the Marine Challenge, the battles later on, or going for the 2v2. Then we have that HOT6 Man Award.
Yeah,
I want to see that. That's going to be the best thing today. I
I
feel.
think so. I didn't actually. Going into this, I didn't know exactly what we were going to have with that.
Yeah.
But then when it was explained to me fully, my jaw just like opened up more and more. I was freaking out. So we're actually going to have a 5-minute break before we get into this. So don't go anywhere. Tell your friends. Spread the word about this match. We'll see you guys soon.